Family court and the power to imprison. Family court judges in Western Australia possess a powerful tool, the authority to imprison individuals who defy court orders. This power is not wielded lightly. It is a last resort, reserved for situations where individuals blatantly disregard the court's authority and jeopardize the well-being of those involved. The court's primary concern is to uphold the integrity of the legal system and safeguard vulnerable parties, often children caught in the crossfire of family disputes. This video delves into two such cases, the Garcon case and the Molloy case, where individuals' defiance led to their imprisonment. The family court, tasked with resolving deeply personal and often emotionally charged disputes, strives to find resolutions that protect the best interests of all parties. However, when its authority is challenged, the court must act decisively to maintain the rule of law. The Garcon case unveiled. The Garcon case stands as a stark example of the consequences of defying family court orders. At the heart of this case was a history of domestic violence and forcing childing into the conflict with repeated denigration of the mother by the father. The court, tasked with ensuring the safety and well-being of the children, had issued custody orders granting the mother primary care. These orders aimed to shield the children from further harm and provide them with a stable and nurturing environment. The father, however, displayed a blatant disregard for these orders. With injunctions in place, he confronted the children on multiple occasions. His actions were not mere oversights or misunderstandings. They were deliberate and calculated acts of defiance. The father's defiance extended beyond simply ignoring custody arrangements. He engaged in a pattern of behavior that demonstrated a complete lack of respect for the court's authority. He withheld financial support, refused to engage in court-ordered counselling, or adhere with child supervision requirements. He made false accusations against the mother and their lawyer in an attempt to manipulate the system. Each act of defiance chipped away at the foundation of trust that the court relies upon to function effectively. The father's actions sent a clear message. He was above the law and would not be bound by its constraints. This blatant disregard for the court's authority left the judge with a difficult decision. The judge's gavel falls imprisonment in the Garcon case. Faced with the father's unwavering defiance, the court recognized the need for a strong message. The judge, in a difficult but necessary decision, sentenced the father to imprisonment for contempt of court for 14 days. Property disputes and deception, introducing the Molloy case. Shifting our focus to the Molloy case, we encounter a different form of defiance, one rooted in financial manipulation and property disputes. This case involved a divorced couple, Miss Molloy and Mr. Foust, embroiled in a bitter battle over the division of their assets. The court, after careful consideration of their financial circumstances, issued a property settlement order outlining the division of their assets. Mr. Foust, however, had other plans. Disgruntled with the court's decision, he embarked on a course of action designed to undermine the court's authority and enrich himself at the expense of his former spouse. Unraveling Mr. Foust's actions. Mr. Foust, driven by self-interest and a blatant disregard for the court's authority, engaged in a series of deceitful actions. He secretly sold a property that was part of the court-ordered settlement. Not only did he proceed with the sale, but he also failed to deposit the proceeds, a sum of $625,000 into a trust account as the court had instructed. His actions were not merely ill-advised, they were deliberate and calculated attempts to circumvent the law and defraud his former spouse. He created open various bank accounts and also made large purchases of diamonds. He also told the court that the money was gone due to him owing an underground gambling organization over $500,000. His actions revealed a calculated plan to enrich himself while simultaneously depriving his former spouse of her rightful share of the assets. Imprisonment in the Molloy case. The court, upon uncovering Mr. Foust's deceitful actions, recognized the severity of his transgressions. His blatant disregard for the court's orders, coupled with his elaborate schemes to defraud his former spouse, left the judge with no choice but to act decisively. Mr. Foust was found in contempt of court and sentenced to 18 months' imprisonment. His imprisonment served as a stark reminder that the court's orders are not mere suggestions. They are legally binding directives that must be followed. Upholding the sanctity of court orders, a shared outcome. The Garcon and Molloy cases, though different in their specific details, share a common thread: the litigants' blatant disregard for the court's authority and their willingness to prioritize their own self-interest over the well-being of others. The court, in both instances, recognized the need for decisive action to protect vulnerable parties, uphold the sanctity of its orders, and maintain the integrity of the legal system. These cases serve as stark reminders that family court orders carry the weight of law and that defiance can have severe consequences.